Hey guys, I'm at the shop today and I have a couple of these vintage Kenner Darth Vaders and they have the original capes. I've got two of these capes. This one is probably the worst ripped cape that I have. I have the other one somewhere. I have to find it, but I'm going to be repairing both of these capes. This one had some black electrical tape on it, and I did remove that electrical tape. We're going to get rid of all of the glue that's still on there, and we're going to try to restore this and see if we can try some different techniques to make this look really good on the figure without having to replace it. Now, usually I would use this as a template and get some vinyl or something from an old blow up toy or something and trace that out and make a new one. But I have two of these original capes and they are ripped, but they're not that bad. There's got to be a way to save these capes, and I think we can try some things to do that. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. First, I'm going to get all that glue off. We'll just use a little bit of naphtha to do that. Zippo lighter fluid, pretty much what naphtha is. I really think that it's probably easier to just make another one, but I know there's people out there that don't like reproduction parts, guns that are 3D printed, and I understand that. I understand that. I mean, I'm not one of those people so much, but I would rather have an authentic cape than a reproduction for sure. But there's lots of great reproductions out there, and you can make your own. It's not hard to do. And it's actually, if you have like a template like this, like an old cape, it's really easy to do because you already have something to go by. So I'm back from the shop and I'm at the house and I managed to find that other cape that I was talking about. Now this one doesn't have any tears, which is kind of interesting. There's just a big hole in the middle of it. Looks like it got caught between something or it got dragged against the ground or something. So that creates a different challenge, and I think I have a solution to that. We're going to fix both of these. I think I found the way to fix this, and I've got this glue. It's called Bondic. And it's not like a regular kind of glue. It's almost like a really rubbery style resin that cures with UV. And we're going to use this to mend it because I actually took a piece of this old vinyl here from something that blew up for our pool, and I used that on the inside, and it still allows the plastic to bend naturally, but on the other side it actually mends it really nicely. So we're going to be using this for not only this cape but also this cape. So you're wondering, what are you going to do to make that look good? Well, I'm going to use my hole punch, and I also experimented with that too. Click, and I'm going to hole punch a piece out of a piece of black vinyl, and I've got some right here that I cut out. Now this is about the same thickness as the original ones. These are both original. You'll notice that actually that they are a different size, which is kind of interesting. I've actually looked online quite a bit at different capes, and nobody really talks about variations of the cape. They talk about the glass-like capes where the holes are in different spots. They don't talk about the size of the cape, and this cape here is a little bit taller than this cape. I do know that these are both original. These both came from a childhood collection, and this cape I actually made out of vinyl years ago. And the vinyl for this is actually a little bit too thick. If you look here, you can see it's really thick. It's almost twice the thickness of the original cape. So I've got this vinyl here, and it's about the same thickness as the original cape. If we look here, it's about the same thickness, maybe even a little thinner. But I'm going to use this. It's got the shiny on one side, and it's got the zippy zip sound on the other side. So it's similar to the original capes where they say that you want to hear that if it's original. Here, I'm going to put these guys over here. They keep falling down on me. So we've got three things we're going to do today. We're going to fix this hole, we're going to fix this rip, and just for fun, we're going to make a new thinner cape for the Darth Vader figures. And once I get these ones fixed, I might actually give them their capes back. I believe that actually this cape came with this guy, and this cape is supposed to go with this Darth Vader. So we'll get them their original capes and have them mended and fixed. Let's try this one first. This is going to be the most difficult, I think, is trying to mend this. Now I've got my hole punch, and my idea is to get in there and to try to hole punch that out, and then hole punch from the new vinyl that I have here and try to glue that in on the inside to fix the hole, almost like when you're doing inlays. I always like to talk about instruments because I fix them, so I always use them as a example of what I like to do, because a lot of times those techniques I'm using here too. So I want to try to get that right over that hole perfectly. And there's our hole. That turned out pretty good. We'll get a piece here from that. There's our piece. So we've got the shiny side on here, so we want to make sure that we get our shiny side of our dot on the right side here. That looks right. See if that's going to fit in there. Fit that right in there like that. And get our Bondic. It's got a little tip here, and you just go around. You could actually squeeze. Try to get that whatever it is in there. We just take our UV light, turn it around. Put it on there, and it takes about 5 seconds for it to cure. I like to go around really quickly like this and let that cure. You can see the UV light there. Cures that. You can touch it. It's actually feels like rubber cement or something. You turn it around. Now this, on the other side, it's not cured, so you can clean that off. And if you want to hit the UV light on that side, you can do that. Make sure all of it's off first. So there's our repaired cape. It's better than having a big huge hole in there. It's repaired. It's original for the most part. And I think once you get that on the figure, he's going to be black underneath. You won't even see the light coming through there. And it will be repaired to the point where it's usable. Let's try doing this one. Same idea. We're going to be using the inside of the cape. So the inside, I think, is the outside is the shiny. I think is supposed to be shiny. We're just going to on the inside, we're going to put that Bondic glue on there and try to, as much as possible, make that even there. So pretty much in about 15 seconds with a little bit of prep work. I did clean this, and I also used some lighter fluid to get rid of some of the nasty things that were on this, and I also put it in soap and water to clean it. I did this one too. This one had some kind of chocolate on it, so maybe this was a gift for her birthday and they had chocolate cake. And so I got all that off of there, and it seemed to work really well. It's not perfect, but it kind of works like hot glue, except it doesn't have the heat. And it pretty much instantly cures within like 10-15 seconds. Really, it says on the instructions for the Bondic, it says 5 seconds, but I usually do it for at least 15 seconds, and then I turn it around and do it on the other side, because if the UV light doesn't hit it, then it doesn't cure. So there is our original Darth Vader vinyl capes, all fixed, and we'll be able to put those on a Darth Vader. Now, I have two Darth Vaders here. One already has a cape on here. Now, this isn't an original cape, like I said before. This is just one that I made out of vinyl. So you could take a piece of vinyl like this and use your old broken cape as a template, and then use your hole punchers and punch out the arms, and you've got yourself a new cape. But I wanted to have mine to be original, and this one's a little too thick, so I thought that having the original ones, I might even actually make another one just in case I get another Darth Vader without a cape, and then I'll be able to use them. Here is the guy with the glued head, and he's going to get this cape right here. So putting this cape back on, this is the inside, so we're going to put it in like this. And we have to be careful because we don't want to rip this cape again. I'm not really sure how tough this Bondic is when it comes to like the vinyl pulling apart and stretching. So let's just try our best. I took the lightsaber out, so that's good. We'll take the lightsaber out and we'll just take our time putting it over his arms like this. I'm going to push his arms in as I'm doing this, and hopefully that will help the process. Just doing it nice and slowly until it gets up over his shoulders, and there we go. So there's the Darth Vader with the original cape, mended and fixed. You can see here it looks pretty good on the outside. On the inside, there's a lot of Bondic, but you know, you gotta if you're gonna keep a cape that is original and it's ripped and in really bad condition, well, then you're gonna have to live with that. Otherwise, get yourself a new cape. I'm not sure how much it would cost to get a new cape, but this costs nothing really, except for the price of this stuff, which I think was $10 at a Canadian store. So there's my original cape there. Here's my other figure. This is the one I'm going to keep in my collection. He's got the articulated head. It is not glued on. Let's get him. Let's put this cape on him. I'm going to try to push that on nice and gently. There we go. Original cape. Now, nice thing about this one is it does have nothing is broken here. Actually, let's fold it down to make it look like how it's supposed to look. Here we go. Get the folded cape. And here's the repair in the back. Better than a big hole. And it seems to be holding pretty good. Let's get his lightsaber on. There's got his lightsaber on here. And there he is. So you've got two original capes repaired. We've got one here that is a repro that I made, and here is the vinyl that you can use to make your own cape. So thanks for watching this episode of Toysbackzen. I hope you enjoyed that. I've given you two ways of fixing two different repairs on a original vinyl cape, and I've also shown you ways that you can make your own cape. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification down below if you want to see more videos like this. I've got lots of them coming up. Also, if you want to check out my other videos, I've got over 160 repair, review, and just hanging out with toys and playing with them and checking them out. So if that's something that interests you, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're already subscribed, I thank you very much for hanging out with me and watching my videos. I've had a really good time doing this, and I'm hoping you're enjoying the content. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of these repairs. And if you have a different way of doing it, I'd love to hear what your way of fixing capes or replacing the capes is. Thanks for watching. Bye.